MCC has had a good variety of games in the 23 events that have happened so far, and in this video I'm going to be ranking every single MCC game in a tier list. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so starting off with the tiers, we have S tier, which is for the best games out there that are in MCC. We have A tier, which is, good, but not S tier, which S tier is like basically almost top 5, I would say. Probably top 5. So we have A tier, then we have B tier, which is probably in between good and bad, but still good. It's more good than bad. We have C tier, which is okay, but not, not great. And then we have D tier, which is really bad or just bad. And then we have don't remember / don't watch, which I don't think there are going to be really any games in this category, but there might. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, so the first game we have up is Hole in the Wall. And this one's, I don't know, I'm gonna put this in B because it's a solid game, but it's not my favorite to watch. But it's a solid game, and I think a lot of people really do enjoy it. So I put it in, I'll just keep it in B right now because it is definitely more good than bad for me. So I think solid B. Maybe people will put it in A tier, but I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's really fun to watch when you have someone like Phil or Pete or Rambo, and yeah, I have fun watching it, but sometimes it can be a little slow and boring, but once it gets like the fast pace, it's really fun. Next up, we have To Get to the Other Side, which is definitely S tier for me. That game has so many great moments. To Get to the Other Side is amazing, man. You have people like Fruit, people like Phil at Terra Swoop Force, you people like Illumina, Tap L, Dream, Sapnap even sometimes that are cracked at movements and are like insane. And then you have people that are like funny at the game, but also like, it's annoying to watch them because they're going to fail, like Captain Sparkles or Tubbo sometimes because he trolls sometimes, like he did with, MCC 22 Blue? Was it 22? I think it was 22. With their team, with Tap L, and they trolled, and it was really funny. But when he does try, he does pretty good. And so, yeah, it's just really funny to watch. And so, yeah, I think it would have to be S tier because it's so fun to watch, and there's so many great moments, man. It definitely deserves S tier for me. Next up, we have Parkour Warrior, one of the off-the-roster games. Not retired, not yet, but off the roster. Has a chance to come back. I'll give Parkour Warrior a solid A, I think. It's a good game, but it's not my favorite. But I think a lot of people do enjoy it, and I do enjoy watching it. Just, I don't know. There's only like 5 really good players at Parkour, like really good players at Parkour. I'm talking about like S tier Parkour Warrior players. You have Techno, you have Dream, you have Pete, you have Illumina. I'm pretty sure Illumina would be really good. And you have like Fruit, and then maybe you could put some other people in there, right? Maybe you could put some others, but I think those for me would have to be the top 5 Parkour Warrior players. And I hope they bring it back. If they don't, it's totally fine. But I hope they would bring it back and replace that with Parkour Tag. Skyblockle. I'm gonna have to give it C tier, man. It's just not that great. It's not that entertaining. It's pretty slow paced. The loot was just not it. The loot was pretty bad. And yeah, I think Skype Battle is way better, and I just don't really like the game. I'm glad it's out of rotation, and I don't think it's ever going to come back. I think they're going to have to retire it sooner or later, unless they want to bring it back with something new and entertaining, which I don't see happening. So yeah, I have to keep it in C tier. Next up, we have Ace Race Map, Clouds. Dude, this deserves an A tier. This is one of the best Ace Race maps. You could put it in an S tier, but it's not really a game on itself. It's just a map. So I'm going to keep it in an A tier because this is one of the best Ace Race maps, maybe even my favorite, and I really love it. And yeah, I would just have to say it's a really good map, and I don't know, it's just so many good things have happened on this map. Like Techno, he got the world record, a ton of people, like Owen and Scott really cheated on this map during Pride 22 with Owen playing as him. So that's really cool. And yeah, just so many cool things have happened on Clouds, and I'm gonna keep it in A tier because I think it deserves it. Next up, we have Grid Runners. Grid Runners deserves a solid A, man. Grid Runners is a good game. I like Grid Runners. Team communication is key, which a lot of teams have and some teams don't. But when you have a good team that can communicate, oh man, they start speed running Grid Runners. It's so fun to watch, man. They're just blasting through. Next up, we have Season 1 Build Marts. Actually, I'm gonna put in D, man. I just don't like it. The cart idea was cool, but not really good. The way they executed it, I just didn't like it, man. It was clunky. It was annoying. I don't know. It just wasn't ideal to watch. Season 2 Build Mart's way better, which we're gonna get to in a couple minutes. But yeah, I don't know. Season 1 Build Art was just clunky and annoying. I did not like it. D. Next up, we have Rocket Spleef, the original Rocket Spleef. I might give it an A. Original Rocket Spleef was good. Rocket Spleef Rush is good, but original Rocket Spleef was good. The firework was really cool, which they basically turned into the updraft for Rocket Spleef Rush. But the firework was cool. The TNT time was okay, but it wasn't. It was cool. I mean, it made sense because they had to get rid of it somehow. But yeah, I just don't really like it. It wasn't. I like it, but it wasn't like, you know, as fast paced as Rocket Spleef Rush. So I'm gonna put it in A. Rocket Spleef Rush I like a little bit better because it's fast paced. But I think A is pretty good for Rocket Spleef. Next up, we have the Ace Race map, Space Race. C, man, I don't like it that much. Space Race just, I don't know, I just don't have any really feelings about Space Race, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't like it. It's not that fun. It's kind of boring, to be honest. It's not it's not my Ace Race map, man. Next, we have Battle Box. Interesting. Okay. Where are we gonna put Battle Box? Battle Box deserves S tier, man. Battle Box is awesome. I love Battle Box. Some maps just well, what was that? Some maps are worse than others. Like MCC 18 Halloween map was terrible. I did not like that map. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't really like it that much. The pirate map is cool. All the other maps that I can't think of right now because there's so many are cool. Yeah, I just really like it. It's a really cool game. The kits are sometimes unfair and also sometimes fair. Oh, Christmas map. I forgot about Christmas. The Christmas map is awesome. I love the Christmas map. Some kits are fair, some kits are a little bit unfair, but most of the time it keeps it pretty fair. So yeah, I really like BattleBox. I think BattleBox is one of the best MCC games ever. I think a lot of people can agree with that. Definitely top 5 MCC game. Got to put it in S tier. Next up, we have Walkout Bingo. I never watched MCC live when either bingos were around. Which one was Walkout? Wait, was Walkout Bingo the bad one that everyone hated? Which one was that? So wait, what's the other one? The other one's Bingo but fast. I don't know. I just don't really like Walkout Bingo, to be honest. I don't like either of the bingos. I'll put it in D tier. I don't know. I just don't have any opinions on it. I've never watched them live. Next up, we have Sands of Time. Sands of Time, there's a solid A. Not gonna put in S because it's not my favorite game to watch. But when we get a Sands of Time finale, which rarely we ever get these days. Most of the time, they're in season 1. Some of them happen in season 2, like MCC 20. But most of the time, Sands of Time is not the finale, but when it is, it's cool. It's really cool. I like that. That's my favorite part about Sands of Time, when it's put as the finale game. Other than that, it's just it's definitely very much an above average game for me, but not my favorite, not one of my top 5s. But Sands of Time is right there, right out of reach of S tier. Next up, we have Ace Race map, Python's Creek. Not my favorite Ace Race map either, man, to be honest. I don't know what it is about Ace Race maps. Do we have any other ones? We don't. Do we? I don't think we do. I don't have the new Ace Race map. The one where like the whole Ace Race has changed. Sorry about that. The tier list was made a couple weeks before that, I think. So yeah, we don't have that one, but we do have the main 3 ones. I'm gonna put both of those in C, and then I'm gonna keep Clouds in A. I just don't really like either of those. Clouds is definitely my favorite Ace Race map out of those 3. And yeah, Python's Creek is cool, but I don't know. Maybe actually no, I'll put it in B tier. It's cool. I think it's definitely actually better than Ace Race or Space Race, so I'll put it slightly higher in B. Next up, we have Nether Bingo. D again. I don't really get it. I don't know. I don't really get Bingo. I get it, but like I don't really like it. I think I'm gonna put all bingos in D, to be honest. Next up, we have Season 2 Bill Mart. A. I'm gonna put it in A. It's definitely better than Season 1 Build Mart, but Build Mart's definitely not my favorite game. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm not really a Build Mart enjoyer per se, but I do like myself a couple Build Marts in the first half of MCC. First half of MCC, it's fine. Second half, okay. Finale, it's literally one of the worst finale games. Okay, it's my only bad thing about Build Mart. It's literally the worst. Decided to make an executive decision and just put all of the bingos and didn't watch, because I never watched them live, and I just don't really like them, to be honest. Bingo's just boring to me. So I'm just going to put them in didn't watch those, so just so you guys aren't mad at me, okay? Just so people don't get mad, I'm going to put them in didn't watch. Anyways, next up, we have Skype Battle. Literally my favorite MCC game, bro. I get the most hyped for Sky Battle. depending on if like I get the most hype for Sky Battle during like the regular thing, but if it's a survival games finale, I'd probably get the most excited for that, especially if it's like a survival especially if it's like a SG based team. Then I'll get super excited for survival games, but most of the time my most excited game for each event is Sky Battle if it's played. So yeah, I definitely my favorite MCC game, so that's definitely number one. Definitely deserves S tier. Anyways, next up we have the survival games remix. Interesting. Okay. I forgot we had remixes in here, even though I probably should have read the whole thing before I started the tier list. Anyways, survival games remix. I'll put it in. I'll put it in A because it was cool, but it didn't really do anything to the game, to be honest. I'm just gonna put it in A just because it was a remix. The actual survival games I'll get to last because it's the most. People want to watch it. Okay, people need to watch the video, so I put it last. Shh, don't tell them. Anyways, survival games remix deserves A. Foot race. I'm gonna put didn't watch because I actually didn't watch it. But if I did, I'm gonna put it in D. But I'm just gonna put it in didn't watch because I actually didn't watch it. Next up we have Dodgeball. It's the actual final game. Dodgeball's good, but like it's way too stressful, bro. It's way too stressful for every team that's in it. Even if you're like super confident, it's still way too stressful. Yeah, I just gotta put it in A. It's not S tier because it's not like ideal. Like it's not ideal if none of your people on your team are good with bows, which usually doesn't happen. At least you have one person that's good with a bow on your team if you get the Dodgeball. But it's really not ideal for some teams, and it's just way too stressful in my opinion. So I'm gonna put it in A. Next up, we have the Hole in the Wall remix. I'll put it a tier down, or no, I'll put it in C tier. It's definitely a tier down from Hole in the Wall. I like regular Hole in the Wall. The remix is cool with the little like thingies, the little what are they called? The squares on the outside. But I don't know. I just don't like the smaller holes. I think I like the wait. Never. No. We're not going there. I just like the bigger walls. And the smaller walls don't really work that much for me. So I'm gonna have to keep it and see. Anyways, next up we have Parkour Tag. Parkour Tag is a solid C, man. It's not the best parkour game. Like I think Parkour Warrior is definitely better, but it's not the worst. So I'm not gonna put it in D, but it's not, it's not ideal. It's cool though. Next we have the Battle Box remix. I'm gonna put that in C too. Battle Box remix wasn't my favorite, man. I didn't really like it, to be honest. I don't know. The Battle Box remix is not cool. The tridents were annoying, to be honest. I didn't really vibe with it. Next up, we have Rocket Spleef Rush. That deserves S tier for me. Rocket Spleef is awesome, man. I love Rocket Spleef Rush though. Way better. It's so fun to watch people, bro, that are like so good with electros, like SB, False, Filza. I don't know, Pete even. Tubbo as well. Like they're so good, bro. It's so fun to watch them play that. And I love it when they do like the first round is fast paced because that's the best. Everyone gets so surprised and then everyone starts gliding and it's the best, man. It's definitely lower on my top 5. Like I probably put in 4th or 5th, but it deserves S tier for me. It's awesome. Next up we have Meltdown. Ooh, controversial, might I add. Yeah, this game is broken right as I'm recording this, which is a couple days after MCC 23. This game is broken, bro. The point differential is so big. They need to find some way to even it out. I would put it in S if we're talking MCC 22, but right now I would have to put it in B just because of how broken it ends up being if you're a bad team. Because guys, I watch Blue. Okay, I'm slightly biased. I watch Blue, and they're in first most of the events, and then Meltdown came around, and Orange went 5K coins ahead, and I'm like, wait, what, bruh? So yeah, I gotta put it in B. It would be S, maybe. It'd probably be A, maybe S if it was if I recorded this at MCC 22, but I did not. This is MCC 23 after MCC 23, so yeah, I have to keep it in B. Next up, we have Grid Runners Remix. I forget what the Grid Runners Remix was, but I'm just gonna put it in B because I have Grid Runners in A, and I think the remix didn't really change anything, but I'm just gonna keep it in B because I don't really know what the remix did. To get to a side remix was cool, but I don't know. The being able to stack on top of each other just really made people more annoyed than like actually helpful or useful. So I'm just gonna put it in A because it was still cool. It was still good to get to a side. Just didn't really make a difference. Just like kind of like the Grid Runners remix. Next we have survival games. The final game. Hunger Games, if you shall say that. Where are we gonna put this? I don't know. Are we gonna anger people today, or are we gonna make people happy? D tier, man. It's just so annoying to watch a finale, bro. Build Mart finales are way better than survival games finales. Okay, guys. Okay, I don't want to hear any hate. Survival games finales are just not it. Build Mart finales are way better. Way better. We need to start convincing everybody. We need to start convincing Puns, Dream, Sapnap, Sam, anybody. We need Build Mart finales. Come on, guys. I'm kidding. Survival games is S tier, guys. It's my second favorite game. Come on now. S tier, baby. Don't even argue. SG is up there. Yeah. If I was to rank these, I'd probably say Sky Battle first, Survival Games second, To Get to Your Side third, Battle Box fourth, Rocket Speed Rush fifth. That's how I'd rank them. This order. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good ranking of all the games on the tier list. Yeah. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and if you agree with my tier list. Thank you. So that's going to do it for my ranking of all MCC games and tier list. If you enjoyed, click this video right here to continue watching my videos. And anyways, see you in the next video. Peace.